You think your proposal was romantic? My friends all laughed at how pathetic it was. My fiancé told me during our engagement party, but don't worry. I said yes, because you're stable. Unlike the guys I actually enjoy sleeping with. I didn't say a word. The next morning she woke up and the ring was gone from her finger. 5 days later, her lawyer was calling me desperate to work something out. Sometimes life gives you a script straight out of a bad movie. I'm an architect, 36, own firm, decent portfolio of commercial projects, not exactly Hollywood material, but I've built something I'm proud of. My ex-fiancée, Vanessa, 32, works in PR. We met through a mutual client 3 years ago. She's the type that turns heads, smart, ambitious, social butterfly. I'm more reserved, analytical, comfortable with blueprints rather than parties. Classic opposites attract situation, or so I thought. The proposal happened at Lake Tahoe 4 months ago. I'd spent weeks planning it, rented a cabin with a view, arranged for a private chef, hired a string quartet to play as the sun set over the water. Not over the top by Instagram standards, but meaningful. I designed a custom ring with elements that represented different parts of our relationship. Architecture joke. I even calculated the perfect sight lines for photos. She said yes, smiled for the camera, posted all the right things online. Her followers ate it up. Tash blessed, I said yes forever. The algorithm approved happiness. Fast forward to our engagement party last Saturday. Vanessa's PR firm had just landed a major client, and she was 3 glasses of champagne in, holding court with her friends in my backyard. I was at the grill, half listening to her animated storytelling when I heard my name. God, you should have seen it. She was saying, her voice carrying across the patio. Thomas thinks he's so romantic with his sunset proposal. My friends literally texted asking if I was serious when I posted the pictures. Her circle erupted in laughter. I kept flipping burgers, thinking I'd misheard. Jenny, remember when you asked why I said yes? Vanessa continued, lowering her voice slightly, but not enough. I mean, he's stable. After the disasters I've dated, stable is worth something. Right. Boring in bed, but at least the bills get paid on time. More laughter. One of her friends glanced my way, quickly looked away when her eyes met. Speaking of disasters, Vanessa was on a roll now. Evan texted me last week, wants to catch up next time I'm in Chicago. The Evan. Someone asked. The one who? Yep. Vanessa grinned. Most incredible nights of my life, even if he was completely unreliable. Don't worry, I told him I'm engaged now. But I'm still going to Chicago next month for that conference. She raised her eyebrows suggestively, and her friends dissolved into giggles and shocked gasps. You are terrible, one said, not sounding like she meant it. Don't worry. I said yes because Thomas is stable, unlike the guys I actually enjoy sleeping with. I stood there, spatula frozen mid-flip as everything crystallized. The late nights working. The trips where she'd come back with stories that didn't quite add up. The way she'd laugh at inside jokes and texts, then quickly turn her phone away. I've heard about fight or flight responses. Mine was neither. Call it architect brain. Immediate shift to problem-solving mode. I finished cooking in silence, served food, made appropriate small talk with our guests. Vanessa, too caught up in her performance, didn't notice anything off. After everyone left, she was buzzing with what she called the perfect night. I cleaned up while she showered and fell into bed, still tipsy, still oblivious. I sat on the edge of the bed watching her sleep, the custom ring gleaming on her finger. She'd never bothered to ask about the specific elements I'd incorporated into the design. Why would she? It was just a prop in her social media narrative. Carefully, silently, I slipped it off her finger. She didn't stir. By morning, I was gone. Not dramatically. I didn't empty the house or leave a note. I simply took what was mine. Clothes, personal items, important documents. Used the wedding planning website we'd set up to cancel the venue reservation, photographer, and catering deposits. All paid for my account, all cancelable with partial refunds. Called my business partner to let him know I'd be working remotely for a while. Checked into a hotel downtown. Since my name was on the mortgage and deed, I kept my tea. The logical part of me knew I'd need access to check on the property and eventually prepare it for sale or my return. I had no plans to just appear unannounced though. That wasn't the point. The text started around 10 a.m. Where are you? Where's my ring? Thomas, this isn't funny. Call me now. Are you seriously ghosting me right now? I didn't respond, not out of spite, but because I had nothing to say. What's the point in confronting someone who's shown you exactly who they are? By evening, her messages turned from angry to panicked. Thomas, please just tell me what's going on. We can talk about this. Whatever you heard was just stupid drunk talk. Please call me. My mother is asking about wedding plans. What do I tell her? The next day, her friends started reaching out, then her sister, then her father, a retired judge who'd always treated me with thinly veiled condescension. I maintained radio silence with all of them, focusing instead on next steps. I consulted with my attorney, not about suing or anything dramatic, just ensuring I was protected. We'd purchased the condo together, though I'd contributed 70% of the down payment and made all the mortgage payments from my separate account. We had documentation for everything. No joint accounts, thankfully. On day 3, Vanessa showed up at my office. My building has secure access, standard for architecture firms with valuable intellectual property, and visitors need to check in at the lobby desk. My assistant, who'd observed enough of Vanessa's behavior over the years to form her own opinions, politely informed her I was unavailable, and had left strict instructions not to be disturbed. When Vanessa tried to push past toward the elevators, the building security officer politely but firmly escorted her to the exit. By day 4, her social media had gone dark. No explanation post, no cryptic quotes, nothing. For someone in PR, this was the digital equivalent of screaming into the void. On the morning of day 5, I received an email from Gerald Hoffman, Vanessa's father's former law partner. It was brief, professional. Regarding the matter with Miss Wilson, we would appreciate the opportunity to discuss a reasonable resolution. Please contact my office at your earliest convenience. Later that afternoon, my phone rang. Gerald himself. Clearly uncomfortable with the assignment, but trying to maintain his professional demeanor. Thomas, I hope I'm catching you at an acceptable time. What can I do for you, Gerald? I'm calling on behalf of Vanessa. She's quite distressed about the situation. What situation would that be? A pause. Thomas, I think we both know what I'm referring to. She's informed me that you've removed yourself from the relationship without discussion and also taken the engagement ring. The ring was a conditional gift predicated on a marriage. That's not going to happen. I replied, recalling the legal principle. My attorney had outlined given the circumstances. I think we can agree. The condition has failed. Yes. Well, about those circumstances, Vanessa assures me there's been a misunderstanding. She's quite eager to reconcile, and Gerald, I interrupted. Let's be clear. I overheard Vanessa telling her friends that my proposal was pathetic, that she only said yes because I'm stable, and that she was planning to reconnect with a former lover during her upcoming business trip. There's no misunderstanding. Silence on the line, then a throat clearing. I see. Well, nevertheless, these matters can often be worked out through proper dialogue. Vanessa is she prepared to move out of the condo? Because that's really the only matter left to resolve. Now, Thomas, that's her home. It's my home, Gerald. I paid 70% of the down payment and have made every mortgage payment from my separate account for the past 2 years. Vanessa has contributed to utilities and groceries, which hardly constitutes equity. I have all the documentation, which I'm sure you'd like to review before we proceed. Another long pause. Perhaps we could discuss some reasonable accommodation. I'm accommodating a clean break, Gerald. Vanessa has 3 weeks to find new housing. I'll continue making mortgage payments during that time. After that, she needs to be out with all her belongings. I'll have my attorney draft a formal agreement. That's rather severe, don't you think? After all, whatever you overheard was likely just. My terms aren't negotiable, Gerald. I appreciate your call. I hung up feeling neither victory nor anger, just clarity. Vanessa moved out 19 days later. No dramatic confrontation, no tearful apologies. Her father hired movers. I made sure to be at the office. The ring, it's in my safe. Not because I'm sentimental or plan to reuse it. It simply serves as a reminder that architecture isn't just about what you build. It's also about what you're willing to tear down when the foundation is compromised. As for the revenge, some might expect the public humiliation, the social media takedown, the scorched earth. None of that happened. I didn't need it. The truth is the most devastating response to someone who treats you as disposable is to simply dispose of them efficiently without drama, without leaving them any narrative where they're the victim or the villain. Just irrelevant. It's been 3 months now. Vanessa has posted vague introspective captions about growth and new chapters. Her Chicago trip mysteriously never happened. I focused on work, landed 2 major projects, started climbing again. Life continues, redesigned. Edit, thanks for all the comments and support. Some responses to common questions. Yes. I could technically sue for the full value of the condo given the documentation. I chose not to because prolonged legal battles cost time and energy that are better invested elsewhere. The clean break was worth more to me than the money. No. I haven't heard from Evan in Chicago. Don't care to. Whatever their history or future, it's not my concern anymore. For those suggesting I should have confronted her immediately at the party. Why? To what end? Some situations don't need confrontation. They need conclusion regarding her social media. Apparently, she's dating someone new already. A finance guy with a boat. Good for them. Several people have asked if I'm dating again. Not yet. Taking time to recalibrate. When your blueprint for the future suddenly changes, you don't immediately start a new project without proper planning. Update. 6 months later, life has settled into a new rhythm. Sign the paperwork to open a second office in Seattle. The condo sold for a healthy profit. As for Vanessa, heard through mutual friends that the boat guy didn't work out. She sent me a long email last month about closure and growth and regrets. I read it, acknowledged receipt, didn't respond further. Some designs don't need revisions. They just need to be filed away.